Hello and welcome to another update video about Harmony One. Harmony One really getting parabolic at the moment. One of the high performers on this channel. I'm really glad that we started to cover it before it went parabolic and before we even had these massive increases here to pretty much 30 cents and whatever. So it is looking really good for Harmony One. I did say in a previous video that I believe we can get easily to prices like $1, $1.50 in this out season. As I said before, it is like a completed Ethereum 2.0. It is growing, it is trending, and more people are FOMOing in. So the problem is then, do you really believe in the fundamentals, or are you just FOMOing in, which then can become dangerous because it is most certain that at some point there will be setbacks. Yeah, I did say in yesterday's video we are getting quite extended away now from that 20-day moving average. So it is getting increasingly risky. We can fall further. The further away we get from these moving averages, the further we will fall. So in my view, at some point there will be a correction. Nobody will be able to tell you at the moment when. As long as we are going in that way here, it is looking good because we can just ride the trend. But I can't make a video, just in that moment when we find the peak, because it could be a quick blow off top at some point. And it doesn't mean that we're then entering a bear market or whatever. I just want to point out that you need to make sure that you don't get surprised if we suddenly have a drop, and that can happen at any time, a sharp correction. But at the moment it is looking really good. So at the moment I would just stick with riding the trend, because as we are going more and more parabolic, we have more and more potential to go up as well. But whatever is going parabolic, I just want to say this will come down at some point as well in a correction, which is just necessary, okay? Which is just necessary. But for the long term anyway, this project has huge potential. And as I said, in the long run, it doesn't probably matter if you buy now at a price of 36 or maybe at a small retracement at 33. That won't probably matter if you believe in the potential of the project. And I always recommend that you really get familiar with the fundamentals of a project. Now, what could happen if Bitcoin, for example, suddenly has a correction? Then what could happen with a crypto that has made a lot of gains in the last few days and weeks and is really far away from key moving average support levels? So I mean, we've made like 70-80% in just a few days. Then it can fall quite quickly as well. I just want to highlight that risk. And yeah, so far, we've hit pretty much my next target. I did say yesterday in the video, are we on our way to 40 cents? And I did say we were probably going to address the 40 cents next. Now we only got to 38, a little bit higher than 38, 38.5 cents. But still, we got very close. And I think we're just coiling up for a potential next move to the upside. I've put the Fibonacci retracement levels on the chart here. I think this is the most valid Fibonacci here, because with that Fibonacci, we had clear support here at 20 cents. That was the 0.618. That was the golden pocket. Then we had resistance here at the 0.5, support here at the 0.5 Fibonacci. This 0.382 was an important level, and now we have had resistance then here, which is the 0.214 Fibonacci retracement level. And now we don't even come down to these levels. I would need to draw a smaller Fibonacci for that. But it just shows like the next main levels. So the next main level, the 1.272, would be around 46 cents. Yeah, so expect some more resistance there. And then we've got 55, 56 cents, and then 66 up here, which is the 200%. And after that, we've got 84 cents. That is basically the next main extension levels. And overall, we can still see, and I'm on the 4-hour chart here, how the MACD is increasing. Also, we can see the histogram going up continuously, making higher highs on the histogram. So as long as that is not turning around, you can just ride the trend. At some point there might be a reversal here, and that is basically the first heads up that it's getting a bit dangerous. Now, where are we at? But to be honest, I mean, Harmony One, I think it has a lot of potential. So it's not like there's no substantial, it's a hype or anything. It has potential. What we can see here on the 4-hour chart, that the RSI is just going up, have a little bit of a, I just need to check, it looks a little bit like a bearish divergence that we have here forming. So you can see that while we're making higher highs from that wave to that wave on the price, we now have for the first time in that uptrend here really a bearish divergence. So that's the first heads up that we need to get a bit careful. Okay, so that could indicate a potential reversal coming, not imminent. You know, we can have days and weeks even of bearish divergences. So it is just a first heads up. Now on the daily, we can't see a bearish divergence yet. There was one from there to here when we had that price going up from that wave to that wave, but since then we've increased momentum again. I mean, the bearish divergence essentially just means that we're losing momentum, but you can see that we haven't lost it, or we did lose it maybe back here, but we've since accelerated again in momentum. And also on the daily MACD here, you can see how we're going up. Now we can see that the MACD itself is now at pretty high level. I think if we zoom out a little bit, I can't see that the MACD was ever at such a high level. I mean, yeah, no, it was back here in March. We were at the same level pretty much, and here we had a turnaround. So it just could be that we will face here some resistance at that MACD level, yeah? So it's just something to be aware of. And if we have something like that, we get to that level and you see the MACD histogram turning around, yeah, that could be a big sign that we could face a reversal here. And again, it doesn't mean that we have to fall back from where we come from, but there will be a correction coming at some point. But at the moment, nobody will be able to tell you when that is going to happen. But the higher we go, the faster we go up, the higher we go up, to be honest, the less healthy it is as well, because then we can also fall quicker. Overall, at the moment, nevertheless, it's looking very good. Very glad we've been covering Harmony 1. And to be honest, if you got in when we, for example, first covered Harmony 1, then you will have a lot of buffer anyway. And essentially, it comes down to your strategy if you're in here for short-term gains or if you want to hold it for, basically the long term. What I need to point out to you, I think it has been my target for a while, and I would need to go back to the first videos, but we can see the cup and handle, which actually played out here perfectly. I think we have just hit that target at 40 cents, or we're getting close to that target, because that is basically the height of that cup. We added to the breakout point here, and that takes us exactly to that 38 cent, 40 cent level, actually 38, and that is pretty much what we hit today. So that could be the next heads up, that we could be face a bit of a reversal, or at least not reversal necessarily, but just a retracement. But at the moment, still, you know, all looking impressive, all looking good. Just remind yourself where we were a few days ago. A lot of people I know have made impressive gains on Harmony 1, and yeah, I'm glad it's going up. It's just watch for a potential trend reversal, watch for these MACD levels that I told you, and what you can do, which I think will be really good, on the 4-hour chart here, it is possible to put a trend line onto the chart like that. Yeah, you've got at least 3 touch points, and if you can define a trend line like that, if we come down to that trend line and drop below that, I think that would be a potential longer term correction. Then that trend line is at the moment, if you came down to that level here, that would be at around 31 cents. Sounds like a big drop from where we are now, but that is pretty much only where we were a few days ago, a couple of days ago. All right, so hopefully you liked the video about Harmony 1. It has a lot of potential, you know, just be aware of potential setbacks now that we've really moved parabolic to the upside. But I'm not saying this could also continue. You know, we could even have another 2x, 3x from here in a parabolic way, as in the crypto market is possible. I mean, from a market cap point of view, we can easily get to $1. Would get, I think, as far as I remember, get somewhere into the top 20. That would be high already, but it is certainly not unrealistic. All right, so, and bear in mind, the alt season is still coming. So hopefully you liked that update. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.